Hi folks, welcome back. Thought we'd do a little bit of journaling today. And I decided that I would like to use some stencils. So I grabbed my stencil. This was from a planner pack. I think I probably got it at Walmart. And I grabbed this one as well. I think this one, actually this one did come from Walmart for sure. And this one I've had for, I don't know, probably about 1,000,000 years at this point. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the journal prompt that I'm working on is, or that I'll be working on today, is 22 things that I did today. And since today is, well, right now is early in the morning, I haven't done that many things yet this morning. So I decided I would use what I did yesterday. Now what I'm using here is some Distress Ink Black Soot. And this is a tightly packed bristle brush. It's a makeup brush. And I got this from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to put my stencil on here. And this isn't going to turn out super well because this is actually a fairly wide stencil in comparison to my pages. So it might smear around a little bit or get turned, but I'm going to do my best to hold it steady. So I'm just going to make circles. Well, try to make some circles in here so that I can fill this in. I'll switch around here. Yeah, so yesterday we decided, the family decided to go out to the lake and put our pontoon boat in the water. And it was a really fun time. It was fairly hot outside yesterday. So it felt really nice to get into the water. We also brought the paddleboard for our daughter, and she had a good time paddling around. I think one of the things that I like about the lake is that, you know, if you go out on the boat, you can just kind of anchor a little ways off from the shoreline, and then there's no people out there, and it's very, very pleasant. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get it on the page. Okay, on the page. Yeah, I'm going to put the stars down at the bottom too. They wanted to come through in the last one, so just going to go with it. Not necessarily that I wanted the stars, but they want to be there. Now, since I'm talking about this, I'll go ahead and talk about the different types of stencils you can buy. So I remember when I bought this one, I was like, oh boy, you know, there's so many things in here, and the same thing with this as well. There's so many things in here to use. But the problem is that you kind of need to mask them off because the things are so close together. When I mean the things, the punched out things are so close together that it makes it really, really difficult to only get whatever the thing is that you want. And I found, actually I'm going to flip this way, which that means that I'm going to get some of the residue that's already on here. I'm going to get it on my page, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. What I've found is that you can use masking tape just to cover up the things that you don't want, and I'll show you guys how to do that in just a second. I'm just trying to get some lines down here and something down on the paper, because you know, if you've watched my previous videos, I have problems doing any type of journaling if I don't already have something down, just like a starting spot. So I'm just going to go in here. Some of these might come through a lot, some of them might not come through at all. Just going to do that. And there's my masking tape over there because I didn't grab it before I started. Okay, there we go. Okay, not too shabby. Just grab my masking tape for the next step. And, you know, I think I'll go ahead and write really quickly. And I did go ahead and make my list because this would take me forever if I didn't. I always seem to be using the same colors over and over again, but you know what? I really like blue, so there's that. Okay. I'll go ahead and write my stuff down, and I'll come back and finish this up. Alright, so I'm back, and I've written down my things. Somehow I ended up with the right number, even though I didn't really count to begin with. But what I wanted to show you is I want to only use this zigzag line here to start off with anyway. So, actually, let me get something a little bit darker so you can see what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's slightly better. So, I'm going to take my masking tape, and I'm just going to mask off the things beside it that I don't want. And this isn't necessarily a Technique Tuesday, but I figured I'd explain it since I'm doing it anyway. That's it. Just like that. Is there anything else that I want to use on here for this, maybe? I don't know. Those arrow looking things are kind of neat. I'll go ahead and mask off to that too, so that if I do decide to use it, I can use it. I'll be all ready to go. Like that. Okay, there we go. And this is masking tape, so it usually doesn't pull on your paper when you use it. Actually, I want to start with this one first. And I think I'm just going to go down the side of the paper. Yeah, kind of like that. And I'm going to use some Salty Ocean. I thought that was appropriate, even though I realized that a lake is not the same thing as an ocean. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the same brush. I know a lot of people don't like to do this because you end up mixing up your colors, but it's fine for me. Here we go. And I'm just going to do the same thing, trying to make sure, put that H there, and I don't want to stencil over that because it's very similar to the same blue. So I'm just going to go in here, do a little bit of stenciling on top of here. And this is Distress Oxide by Distress Ink. So the colors come through more strongly than on the Distress Ink. This is very, honestly, it's kind of close to paint at this point. Okay, so there's that. Yep, I like that. That looks neat. And I think I'm going to do the same thing over here. Yep, I'll just do the same thing over here. Just going in with my stencil. Probably should have written my title first, but I didn't. Okay, getting down here to the bottom. All right, there's that. Okay, that looks pretty cool. It's a little bit crooked, but that's okay too. And I think I'm just going to take my stencil now and come, whoops, that's not the right one. This one. This is the one that I masked off. And I'm just going to come and I think I'm going to put this guy right here. And I am going to butt it up to the other stencil that I just did. Just come in here and do some of that. Right there. Yeah, neat. And I guess if I really cared if it was, you know, exactly lined up, I could just do like this. So this is 2 lines here, so I'm just basically matching up what I just did to the bottom line. So I could get a 3rd line in here. I don't know if I explained that very well. But anyway, so like that, and now I'll have 3 lines that are basically exact. I don't think I want to do any more of that. I do kind of want to put, am I off screen yet? No, I'm still on screen. Wow. I do want to put this kind of up at the top for a border. I need to turn it a little bit so I can hold on to it. And I do want the arrows facing inside of the page, going towards the center. Yeah, I'm still on camera. Wow, imagine that. Okay, here we go. Okay. And I think I'll just do it to the other side just for the sake of symmetry. And again, I'm going to end up with some perhaps rub off, since I basically just flipped the stencil around and obviously didn't clean off my stencil. There we go. What else do we need? Do we need anything else? I'm going to put the title up here. I need to do something with this middle part. Trying to think of something. I could just do some more stenciling. I feel like I don't need to do any more stenciling though. What else am I going to do with this? Oh, I have a really cool map stamp that I can just put in here and just kind of overlay that. Okay, so let me grab that. Hang on. Alright, so here's the map stamp that I was talking about. I haven't used it yet, so this would be a good thing to use it for. I don't think that it really goes. I mean, we were definitely exploring uncharted waters and scary oceans in the lake in the middle of North Carolina. Yeah, I don't think that works out so well, but whatever. Okay, so I think, do I want to do it in black or do I want to do it in blue? Because excuse me, I also found this stamp, which is actually kind of funny because one of the flags that we fly is a pirate flag. So I'm going to do one of them in blue and one of them in black. I think, yeah, I'll just do this in the blue. And I realize that I should be using this with a silicone block, but I'm, again, not trying to be too exact, and I just kind of just want to get some kind of color down here. So, I'll do something like that. Yeah. And then I'll just take this and maybe put this over here in the corner. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's kind of all I wanted. I just wanted something to fill in. Put that back on there. Maybe not mark up my board. Okay. And then I'm going to get the black soot back out for the skull and crossbones. That would have been smart. I would have found my pirate flag stamp that I've had for I don't know how long. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to, actually I'm going to do this on here. Last minute decision. There we go. Perfect. Let's see here. And I think it would be appropriate to use black. I don't know if this marker still works. This is Super Tips from Crayola. Let's see if it still super works. Alright, so this is 22 things I did today. And that's it. There we go. There's my completed journal. I think start to finish it took me about maybe 20 minutes, so not too much of a time suck to do this. So just some stencils, some markers, and some ink. And if you want to, the makeup paddle brush. That's it, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye!